Would you guys be there for me if I was going through something?
No.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I hope it sucks.
Well, Japan would say that.
What the?
I hope it emotionally scars you for the rest of your life.
I hope you reach out to me so I can ignore you.
Oh, that's...
I can't wait to go to your funeral knowing that I could have changed that outcome.
This is too perfect. Why were the things said by each country so accurate? This is terrifying.
No.
The USA just existing.
Back off, ya spooky bitch.
It's kind of bad how often I think about this and kind of am afraid. I mean, this specific map shows that Yellowstone wouldn't affect my area, but I don't think so. I don't believe that. So I'm trying to move to Texas too. Bronze weapons and armor. Boo! Get better material. What? Okay, how about iron? Technically, this is true. That is much better material. I'm the pride of Sweden. I'm the most powerful warship ever built. I look how majestic it looks. Oh no, a gust of wind. So this Vasa ship was named after a Swedish king, and it basically sank a few minutes after it left the port in Stockholm. It was out in the Baltic Sea, and its weight distribution was like dangerous, so it just kind of tipped over. Pretty much the most amazing summary of the Swedish Empire themselves. They looked like they were gonna be the biggest, baddest empire to ever rule over the northern part of Europe, only to severely disappoint everybody. The amazing thing though is they found it in like the 1900s and then they completely rebuilt the ship. You can go and visit it and see what it looked like. I've seen a lot of these pictures before. I really want to visit this ship. People, Apple and Amazon must be the biggest companies in history. The Dutch East Indian Company that had the value of GDP of today's Germany, France, and Japan combined. Pathetic. Yeah, see, we really need to start worrying when Apple and Amazon start colonizing land, which actually, aren't both these companies trying to go to Mars? I only eat food that's completely natural. The countless generations of farmers that domesticated everything we eat today. If you really want to go all natural, go into the forest and hunt like a deer and just eat it raw. That's actually what Return to Monkey is all about. Medieval scholars, dinosaur bones. Is this a dragon? I mean, can you really blame them? That it looked like a dragon. There's just no way you wouldn't think this is a dragon if you found this at that time. Everyone would just be losing their minds on Twitter. Oh my god! Here we have this dragon doing stand-up comedy. What's Britain's largest export? Independence Days. Silence. Cries. Now, do we know how many countries Britain is responsible for giving Independence Days to? Like 53 or something, right? I completely pulled that number out of my ass. I don't know what I'm talking about. Whoa, I was close. 62 countries. We've got the long, long list here and all the dates that it happened. And you know, the thing is, the list isn't even complete. There's probably a couple of random islands that might get their freedom too. Actually, hold up. Isn't there a chance they could lose Ireland, Wales, and Scotland too? You know what? Frick you. On Yugos, your Lavia. Man, why'd you gotta do this to me, man? Control Z, Control Z. We did it. We time traveled, but what year? Let me ask that guy over there. Benjamin Netanyahu? Who controls the Holy Land? What the hell? Quite the shocker right there. They're having one of those huge twist moments in their mind. This is supposed to be Richard and Saladin. That's quite the reverse card if they were to come to this year. Light switches were invented in 1884. People in 1883. Also, just people in America. This is how we turn everything off. We just shoot it. Oh, you like Germany? Which one? Oh, a fellow American here. Or just a person living before 1884. To this day, I'm still amazed that people actually thought this was a good idea. What's it like to fight Medusa? First I was afraid, then I was petrified. Oh, so that's why the song was made. Who sang that song? Did she fight Medusa too? This is why you gotta just go in there blindfolded with a flamethrower. You know what? Frick you. Unwalls your walled city. I don't know why, but I'm always trying to think what the first reactions to a cannon must have been. It had to have basically been this.
Damn. This feels bright.
There's just no way there wasn't a bunch of people just standing there watching them get shot at, because they didn't know. Citizens living under a dictatorship seeing the American military coming to rescue them. Oh shit, you've saved us. More like under new management. When a Serbian dude shoots an Austrian dude, I got to Turkey! Oh no, let's not bring up Gallipoli. Belligerents, South Korea versus Best Korea. Strength, 1 fishing boat versus 1 submarine with 9 personnel. Oh, wait, what? Best Korea? I mean, yeah, I think we could call that a success. Thank you for this day, Supreme Ruler. Elephants thinks humans are cute. Humans train elephants to use them as a tool of pure carnage on the battlefield. Are we like the cats of elephants? You know what I'm saying? You know, cats are like evil little creatures sometimes. That's probably the exact same feelings the elephants feel about us. Boys with a time machine, I'm gonna seg some chicks and create new timelines. Roma-boos with a time machine, or people that just really obsessed with Rome. I play a game called Total War Rome, and this works every time. Let's go! We're always bagging on WW2 and the Hoi 4 kids, but not enough of these kids. If I was Caesar, I would have kept Rome together with just 3 easy steps. The old Gaddy, 1861. Inventor Richard Gatling created this. A hand-cranked, continuously and rapidly firing weapon drawn on 2 wheels. I miscalculated. You think? The hell were you thinking, bro? It's almost like every time we create a worse weapon, it doesn't actually help. Who would have thought? Germany, wait, we weren't the ones to start WW1. Austro-Hungary. Unfortunately for you, history will not see it that way. This reminds me of another subject. Germany be like, Skinny Mustache Man wasn't German, and Austria's been using this same exact excuse. Italian soldiers commanded by incompetent generals under a regime that they didn't believe in, and to fight and defend laws that they didn't approve of, which, yeah, again, unfortunately for you, history won't see it that way. We all just like, haha, Italy's bad. Actually, that's me. I contribute to that. I'm sorry. Scotland invading England because all the English soldiers were taken out by the Bubani. You think they called it Bubani back in the day to shorten it? You know how like we call it Rona now? I don't think so, but contracting the plague and bringing it back to Scotland. Oh, yeah, they probably should have foreseen this coming. Stalin is having his stroke. Panic. You go into his private quarters and he's faking it. Calm. You're getting oofed for going into his private quarters. And don't forget about being photoshopped out of history. That's like the worst part. Come on, bro. That was the picture I was using on Tinder. Fighting people is fun, guys. WW1 generals saying this to every single man. You know what's not fun? Having 2 feet. That's why you're gonna go into these trenches and possibly lose one. 1918. Ukraine gains independence from Russia. Hey, guys. A year later. This is sad. And I'm sorry to say Ukraine, but it's only gonna get so much worse. Looking at the list of countries that didn't commit battle crimes. It's blank. Are you trying to tell me that most countries have done bad things? Countries in 1961 deciding which China they should recognize. The USSR recognizes the People's Republic of China. America recognizes the Republic of China. Is this the Congo? Recognizes both Chinas? But the ultimate big brain move, Bhutan, recognizes neither Chinas. I wonder if they still do this to this day. I think they do. Bhutan has no diplomatic relations with its northern neighbor. It's one of the few countries to not recognize or have relations with either China or Taiwan. Why am I now just learning about this? They're also the only member of the UN, the United Nations, that does not recognize the Republic of China. Ballsy move there, Cotton. Let's see if that pays off for them. Every other nation apologized for all the bad things they've done in the last 200 years. Belgium, it's a no from me. Sorry, dog. Belgium be like, I'm just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Can't Japan also relate to this? I don't know, I can't. The darkest places in hell are reserved for those who maintain their neutrality in the times of moral crisis. Sweden and Switzerland? Interesting. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear that. I mean, to be fair though, at least when it came to the 1940s, both of these countries witnessed the entire nation of Denmark get wiped out in 6 hours. So can you really blame them when your friend makes fun of your height by comparing you to Napoleon, you uncultured swine? I'm okay with being one of the greatest military generals of all time. Just don't bring up Russia. 1920s, roaring. The 1930s, strong, powerful, huge whopping depression. And don't forget the dust. I mean, that was just an American thing, but the Dust Bowl, that was fun. I don't care how many people thought it was boring. I love the Ken Burns documentary about the Dust Bowl. Berlin spring, Moscow spring, Paris spring, Prague spring. Oh, maybe we shouldn't bring that up. Yep, tank ClBlr. Has Russia always been a powerful country? We've had our ups and downs. Russia's ups and downs. Really high ups and really down downs. What a performance though. Someone should give him an award. Nobody talks about that these 2 movies were shot back to back. There wasn't much time in between this movie, The Machinist, and Batman Begins. He had 6 months to go from 120 pounds to 220. Ultimate alpha move. Everyone else just needs to give up. I gave up a long time ago. Scotland, I want to be a colonial power. Let's establish one in Panama. Horrible, horrible idea. Never again. Yeah, let's just stick to making the bagpipe music, I guess. Apex predators capable of overwhelming anything except the largest of animals exists. Humans about to invent tools that help them take out things from a distance. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start. I think I've mentioned this before, but isn't the reason why we were so successful, or part of the theories is when we were out there in the wild, is we could throw rocks at things, right? Throw rocks at things, just like hit them in the head, boom, and we just hit up in the trees. Thomas Jefferson returning to Washington, D.C. after getting the Louisiana Purchase for $3. Now that is stonks. Look at that investment. I want to know his opinion on GameStop. When I'm in the middle of a history argument and I have no clue what I'm talking about, I go to Wikipedia! I can't believe people argue about history. This seems like the biggest waste of time. I refuse to believe that these two are played by the same guy. Johnny Depp going from this transition compared to Germany going to this transition. That's right. This is almost as epic as Christian Bale. Like, it's pretty close. The 1950s portrayed in movies, all bright and beautiful. Much of the 1950s in reality. Yeah, everyone talks about how they want to go back to the 1950s. I don't think I'd want to do that. I don't think it was that fun of a place, to be honest. English Canadians held up by Canada while the French Canadians are drowning. Indigenous Canadians. I just learned about how they slapped some tribe down on some island to stop the USSR from claiming it back in the 50s or 60s. Good example for this meme. 1780, adorable. 1825, independent Brazil and Argentina, they don't like each other. 1864, kind of working together. Oh, and now they're all friendly. Kind of. It's a friendly rivalry. 1860s was all about teaming up against Paraguay. USA and Russia, normally USA and Russia when there's a world. Oh, that's right. WW1, WW2, and maybe that's why it just remained cold when they were at each other's throat. I think they secretly love each other. They don't actually want to fight, like they just pretended to for a little bit there. Hey, you going to sleep? Yes, now shut up. Every country that has ever attacked Poland has either lost empire status or has collapsed. Poland actually gets the last laugh, and they still remain around. They still come back. Maybe that's their goal. They get wiped out for a time, but then eventually that country collapses and they always come back. They outlive so many others. As always, big thanks to the patrons. I'm about a nut. Zeffi, Thiccboi 3000, the Glen Council, BallinLikeStalin, Stormtrooper 501, Scotty from Marketing, Patrick C, Palantino 1013, Manny 74, Mac, M203 BrushEm, LuxembourgLover, FusionWolf, EpiNick, Elijah Senpai, Dalton D, AryanAfterHours, Anikyte, and Aaron F.